Unnecessary intro song to totally waste your time. So the world is definitely over. It ended yesterday. I made a recording about it. If you didn't listen to it, you can go back in time and listen to it. And you'll have to resurrect yourself because you are definitely not alive. Nuclear radiation has killed everything on the planet. Okay? Such as the screeching. You know what's interesting is there's just so many reasons why I'm mostly politically homeless, even though I mostly side with conservatives and libertarians on things, but there's a number of things that I just don't. But what surprises me is how consistent the two sides are when it comes to, well, temper tantrums, okay, and entitlement. I've been thinking that that's more a thing of the left, and it certainly seems like it. Like if you walk through a protest with the screaming tantrums and the jumping up and down and, I want this now. I don't know, man. I didn't get things for throwing temper tantrums when I was little. It never worked with me. It didn't work with my mom. It didn't work with my dad, especially with my dad. My dad was, air quotes, child psychologist, part-time or something. I don't know. His PhD was for something else, but he did a lot of child psychology working with the school districts and stuff. But he definitely used that shit on us. Probably one of the reasons why I'm kind of screwed up. Although I kind of liked the way he did it. He just didn't allow temper tantrums to work. You never got your way with a temper tantrum. I don't know how he did it, but he was able to just remain calm and just ignore you. Some of my sisters would tell you that it was cruel and terrible and you should never do that to a child. You should never ignore a child at all. But his method was just, no. You don't get anything. He wouldn't even talk. It was just, he let the temper tantrum pass. You wouldn't get your way. And then you'd come back and you'd try a different method to get whatever you wanted. I don't know. My mom's method wasn't as advanced, but you just didn't get anything. Nobody got anything from throwing a temper tantrum. I see people with their kids who do throw temper tantrums, and I see how they respond. They just end up giving in to the kid. Here's your iPad, here's your book, here's your donut, here's whatever you wanted. They try to let it go for 3 minutes. In fact, I think it's worse when you try to not let it work and you put in your best effort for 10 minutes, but then you finally give in because you can't stand the sound of him screaming. Because what that does is it teaches the kid, like, oh, I get it. 10 minutes, I can go for 10 minutes or even more, But anyway, there's obviously millions of people who have been raised throwing temper tantrums and having it work. You see it all the time on these videos of people just throwing temper tantrums in stores, trashing things. It's like they're infants. And I live in a city filled with these infants. I posted a video of these 3 foreigners, a Polish guy and a Venezuelan and a homeless guy that he just hired to put on MAGA hats and walk through the protests, walk through the Tesla protests and everything. And the way that it triggers the crowds, I mean, it's just a mob. It's literally just this angry, weird shame. They're literally shame, sticking their fingers in their faces. If you couldn't imagine what maybe a lynching might be like, that's probably a bad reference. If you just can't imagine what just being killed by a mob was like, you just got to watch that video. And that's totally leftist. All right, so you don't see as much of that on the right. For example, when Biden was president, terrible, terrible president, but you didn't see thousands and thousands of conservatives on the street every day with stupid signs and throwing temper tantrums. And just, it's relegated to kind of like online shit, right? But this whole thing with Iran has showed me this weird thing, just watching on X, Twitter, whatever you want to fucking call it, just some of the people that you thought were like Trump supporters or conservatives are just out of their mind. They're like rabid, like Trump must check every box. Trump needs to be everything we want him to be. He can't just be some of the things. He can't be 80% of the things. He can't be 90% of the things. He needs to be 100% pure. And if he's not, it's the end of the fucking world. And this just kind of is surprising to me. Like the level of animosity and the hubris. I don't even know what fucking hubris is. But you see it like the Hodge twins. These are guys that you kind of like. But their Twitter is just like, are you kidding me? You're really freaking out. Like now suddenly Trump is the worst guy. You can't look at like what he's done on immigration, what he's done on deregulation, what he's done for the Second Amendment, what he's done for, just stopping the border, deporting. There's like a long list of things that Trump has done, is doing, that are, things that I voted for. Like I'm getting the things that I voted for. I mean, at least I'm getting them from Trump. The courts are stepping in and blocking a bunch of shit, and leftists are going to be leftists, and they're going to destroy whatever. But I'm getting a lot. I'm not getting everything, but who thought they were going to get everything? Who are these people? Who are these people who think they're just going to get everything? And why? Where did they get the idea that everything is going to go their way? Now, I get it. I'm not a big fan of the wars in the Middle East. I hate them. I think they're stupid. Nothing I can do about them. I can certainly voice that I'm against them. But do I need to freak the fuck out? Nuclear war, it's going to be the end. It's like, come on. Enough with the entitlement. Enough with throwing the baby out with the bathwater, too. It's like, they're all, like, how do you go from Trump's the best president in the world, we're so happy he's our president, to he's a fucking cuck and he's owned by Israel and he's Netanyahu's bitch. It's just like, wow. How does that work in your personal life? You go to a restaurant for a long time, they serve your favorite food, and one day they bring out something that's not your favorite and you never go there again and you burn down the restaurant? Like, what the fuck? Chill the fuck out. You're not going to get everything. I don't know. You hear people saying, but this is different because this is going to be the end of the world and it only takes one nuclear Armageddon. Okay, great. You're right. I mean, I would say I'd eat my words if it happens, but I'll be dead. Well, I am dead. Remember, the world ended yesterday. Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. It hasn't happened so far in my 58 years of life. It's constantly been a threat, and it hasn't happened. I know I'm repeating myself from yesterday, but I want to just stick on track with this entitlement thing and how people just can't. I don't know. I'm just not like most people, I guess. Here's another. I think it might be is it an American thing? I don't want to shit on America, but something I was thinking about yesterday. I went on this little rant, or a couple of days ago. A friend came over and brought me a plant for my birthday, and I was talking to her, and she was talking about going out to eat in a restaurant. And I just went on a restaurant rant because I don't go to restaurants, and quite frankly, I never liked them. And if I do go to them, I go by myself usually because I eat faster than people. And if I go to a restaurant, it's because I was just too lazy. I make something, I usually make all my food. 99.9% of what I eat are meals that I prepare at home because I like to just get what I like. I like to make it the way I like to make it. I like to eat it, no fuss, no muss, whatever. I don't like to wait in a line. I don't want to sit there with strangers, looking what they're ordering. But anyway, so the whole idea of a restaurant is weird anyway, and it goes along with this entitlement thing. Where is it a normal, natural thing to go somewhere with a friend or a date, and then you sit in a big crowded room on a table that's next to somebody else's table, and then you look at you open a menu and you choose from a bunch of things, and the people you're with are choosing different things than you. So you sit there, you order your thing, and it's allowed and it's okay to go, and can you hold this? Can you put this on the side? Can you do one of these things? Can you do this? Can I get one of these? It's like, are you kidding me? How is that part of the process of eating a meal? Like, really, how is that? Where did that come from? Have it your way. Hold the pickles, hold the lettuce. It's just like, oh my God, just fucking eat what somebody gives you. Imagine acting like you're at a restaurant, going to somebody's house. I mean, I know people that do, They'll come to dinner at your house empty-handed, and then they'll be like, I don't know, what's in this? What's in it? I have some allergies. What's in it? I don't really like that. Do you have any sauce? It's just like, shut the fuck up. But I think that ties in. I think that floats over into this. No, I want everything the way I want it. I have to have it my way. Just think of it. It's psychotic. You're sitting across from somebody and you're eating a completely different meal with them. Isn't the whole idea of breaking bread with somebody that you eat the same thing and you compare it and you're doing this weird, carnal, primitive, root level thing where you're munching on a dead hog, But no, can I get mine's a little bit well done. I'm going to send it back. You're going to send it back? I don't think I can eat it. Excuse me. Like, everything about the restaurant environment, to me, screams huge dysfunction. Like, what is wrong with these people? They're sitting in a line. They got food at home. They're not going to make it on their own. They have to go out to get some other chef. The TV shows, everything. Look, I'll admit it. I like the TV shows. I do. I like to watch people making food. But this whole thing of going out to a restaurant, we're going to put on our clothes. We have to be seen. So we're not even eating. We're looking over our shoulders. Who's looking at me? What do they eat? Who's over there? What's that? Is that a famous person? Psst, 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 psst. It's hard to get a table here. What a fucking weird tradition that is. I mean, it's not weird. Buffets aren't weird. That's not that weird. It's not as weird. So lots of choices. You just go try each one. You hurry up. You go back and get whatever. But still, why? I had an idea a long time ago that if I wanted to open up a restaurant, I'd just open one up and call it like dinner, $50. And then you show up and you pay your $50 and you just get dinner. There's no menu. You just get dinner. You know what it's going to cost. There's no surprises. The dinner's a surprise, but everybody's eating the same thing. You know, you're all enjoying the same meal at the same time. It's served family style, you know. Anyway, it's still kind of weird. Why don't you just eat it at home? Why don't you just make your own goddamn food? Huh? How about that? How about cut some vegetables up and cook them? Have some meat. Anyway, I'm a grumpy old fuck. But anyway, that's kind of what I don't know. I don't know how this fits in, but it seems like it fits in. It seems like that analogy translates to what I'm seeing on Twitter and people not getting everything out of the guy they voted for. You know, it's just like the turn is it's insane. It's like to me also when people go, you want to do an experiment with people to see how crazy they are. Is just start talking to them about what their favorite kind of ice cream is, you know, and very rarely will you be in a group of people where you can go, oh yeah, my favorite ice cream is pralines and cream, and somebody won't go, oh, I hate pralines and cream. Oh yeah, okay, you hate it, you hate it. You hate pralines and it's disgusting. Really, it's disgusting. We're not talking about fish ice cream with poop in it. We're talking about ice cream. I don't care what flavor it is. Ice cream's already pretty good. It's pretty good, no matter what flavor it is. Hard to get one that's disgusting. I hate it. But that's how people are, and that's how people communicate. And I can't deal with that shit. I just can't. It's just like, can you just mellow out? Can you seriously just mellow out and just go, yeah, I kind of like it. I don't like the texture of the walnuts because one time I heard a story when I was young that they were frozen worms, and now I can't get that out of my head, you know? But I know it's not true, and I'll eat it, and I'll maybe spit out the walnuts and just feed them to the dog. But other than that, it's pretty good. Oh, I hate mint chocolate. Mint. Who would want mint as a flavor? I hate it. It's disgusting. It's sickening. It's like, fucking people settle down. But that's how they're acting with Trump bombing Iran. You know, as if every president before him has consulted individually with every American citizen. Say, what do you think I should do? Should I? You know, they're acting personally offended, like he called him up and said he wasn't going to do something. That's how the drama, the temper tantrums, the irrationality. It's like, great, okay, you don't like it. We got it. I got it. You don't like America being intertwined with Israel and partners with them on anything, and you don't like them fighting wars. I agree. It's great. But do we need to light our hair on fire and run around, you know, flapping our dick all over everything? Or can we just go, okay, what do you do about this? And I don't know what to do about it. I guess maybe these people are doing something good. Maybe their temper tantrum is going to scare Trump into something. I don't know what. He's not running for election again, you know? What, is he going to apologize? Going to call everybody up? He's going to change his ways? I don't know. And then you just add that to how irrational and how common it is for people to predict the future. I do it sometimes, but not that much. Oh, now you know what's going to happen? World War III. Now you know what's going to happen? This is what's going to happen. I'll tell you what's going to happen. Are you, Mr. Crystal Ball? You predicted 1,000 things last year, and 2 of them came true, and you're still got a feather in your cap as if it's You're the princess of the ball because one of your thousands of predictions came true. Let's not talk about the 999 predictions that didn't come true. But yeah, and all the predictors, how many of them are predicting good things? How often do you see, besides Trump? Trump seems to be one of the only predictors of good things. It's going to be the greatest. It's going to be great. It's going to be fantastic. You wouldn't believe it. It's going to be the best thing ever. You know, his predictions are always positive, unless he's talking about Biden. He's going to destroy America. It's going to be the worst. You know, anyway, I guess that's not the best example. But yeah, it's just hard to turn off the noise. But it is kind of disappointing because, you know, people like Candace Owens. I like Candace Owens. I think she's fucking great. I like a lot of these people. I like the Hodge twins. I like a lot of these people that are, you know, suddenly just freaking the fuck out. Although, I mean, I say I like them, but how much do I like them? Most of the people that I say that I like end up blocking me anyway. But, yeah, I don't get it. I just wish everybody would stop freaking out, stop pooping in their diapers, stop screaming, it's going to be the end of the world. Everything's gone to shit. He lied to us. He's just like George Bush. Anyway, interesting times. If nothing else, we are living in interesting times. If you want to see people, if you want to rubberneck, you don't even have to get in your car anymore. You don't even have to go anywhere. You can rubberneck right from your stupid little dent in your goddamn couch. You can watch every day a long streaming parade of fucking lunatics throwing temper tantrums. And isn't that wonderful? Anyway, thanks for listening. Unnecessary outro.